we had to switch gears very quickly and provide an online service, and then we added the outdoor service, the staff was so flexible and fantastic to work with in order to make everything work smoothly. But it wasn't just the staff, it was you, the congregation, who helped us behind the scenes to make everything work so beautifully. So thank you for that. I wanted to give you just a little bit of insight into me. I love all kinds of music, from Mozart to Motown, to Bach to Beethoven, Johnny Mathis, Jerry Butler, bluegrass, you name it, I love it. But I decided when I was younger, my parents gave me piano lessons. So we went to Salem College. Many years as a young person I took lessons there, but I decided I probably would not become a music major because they were all kind of weird and artsy. And then I became a weird and artsy music major. So I ended up going to Salem College for 2 years. Then I transferred to UMC Chapel Hill, and also stayed there because I had the opportunity to study with a fantastic professor. So I got my master's in music there. Which brings me to my life motto, or one of them, and that is, it's never too late for dreams to come true. I am now living my dream, which is making my living teaching music and making music. So in addition to working here, I teach piano at Forsyth Country Day School, and I also have my own piano students from age 4. My oldest was 94, so it's never too late to take lessons. I'm also a vocal coach, and I play for a couple of other choirs. One is the Village Voices at Bermuda Village, and then I play for their Vesper service on Sunday evenings. So I wanted to also let you know that another interesting fact about me is I have the most precious golden retriever on the planet. She is named Darcy, and she's one of God's greatest gifts to me.
I'm constantly surprised by God's grace, and my musical journey and vocation are a good example of that grace. I think God always had his eye on me to be a musician, which is surprising because I grew up in a fairly non-musical family. And so, when God put the seed of music in my heart way back in 3rd grade, he used my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Sweeney, who played the piano and even had a piano in her classroom. She regularly gathered us around the piano to sing, and she was famous for a yearly St. Patrick's Day show with the 3rd graders. So I was pretty surprised when Miss Sweeney invited me to sing "I'll Take You Home Again, Kathleen" as a solo in the show. I didn't get a record deal, but later in elementary school I did follow the call of music. My best friend Scott's brother played classical guitar, and I really wanted to play like that. And on a rainy autumn night, I walked to Scott's house and asked Sean if he would teach me to play. And to my surprise, he said yes. This was pivotal for me because it was through this musical relationship that I became involved in a non-denominational Christian musical theater company in my town. I quickly learned the music for a show called His Last Days and sang in the chorus of Jesus' Disciples. It was during this time that God moved powerfully in my heart. He called me clearly, and I gave my life to him. My studies deepened with 2 degrees from New England Conservatory in Boston, where I met my wife Kristen, and eventually a doctorate from Indiana University. Singing concerts, operas, and endless anthems. Again, with each step of the way becoming a classical singer, voice teacher, and a conductor, God always opened a door for me to serve him in the church, but especially opportunities to inspire others to deepen their faith through musical worship. Even with all of these years as a musician and hundreds of performances on stages around the world, God is still surprising me through music and opportunities to make music for his glory.
I grew up in Rocky Mount, Virginia. That's where all of my family is right now. And studied music growing up, studied voice and piano, and was in choir programs. I started playing the piano for my middle school choir as a 6th grader, and so was the accompanist through middle and high school, and loved it and wanted to be just like my high school choir teacher when I grew up. I then went to Bridgewater College in Virginia and started studying music under Jesse Hopkins, and I share a birthday with my college professor, so that was always cool. Happened to meet a man there named Paul Stutzman in the choir. He sat right behind me. We decided to get married. If you ask me what motivates me for music and for serving here, it is my heart for God and my heart for people. I love worshiping in the presence of others. To feel the Spirit moving in a place is something that can't be replicated anywhere else, and I am honored and thankful to be here. To leave you with a fun fact, I love cheesecake, and I can rap the entire theme song from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So ask me to sometime and I'll be happy to share it with you. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and only shooting some b-ball outside of school when a couple of guys, they were up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight, my mom got scared and said, "Move in with your auntie and Uncle in Bel-Air." Yeah.
And now, as your new Director of Music and Worship Arts, I want to challenge you within the community of worship to deepen your worship in ways befitting the gospel, to make a joyful noise to the Lord.
We have so much fun here in the music ministry. I hope you'll consider maybe joining us in the sanctuary choir, or the 8:30 choir, or the praise band, or get involved in children's music or handbells. There are a myriad of things you could participate in. You don't have to be a professional. You don't have to read music. You don't have to be experienced. If you're interested, I hope you'll talk with Karen or Brian or myself.